Hi friends, my name is Aqil Ahmed. I am a senior software engineer. In this particular video tutorial, I will show you how to provision or create Azure SQL Database using PowerShell script. Okay, so the agenda of today's video tutorial is how to create the Azure SQL Database using PowerShell commands. To create the Azure database, you can log into portal.azure.com with your Azure credentials, and then you can create the database there as well manually. But if you want to automate the thing, then PowerShell can be used to automate the creation of the Azure database. In this video tutorial, first we will install the web platform installer that can be used to download different products from Microsoft, and later we will download and install the Azure RM PowerShell module. And after that we will work to create the Azure SQL database using PowerShell scripts. So without wasting time, let's jump to the demo. Okay, first of all, let me download and install the web platform installer. Click on this particular link and you can simply click on it, download it now. Click free download. Click on the exe file. It's downloading the web platform installer file. Okay, so web platform installer 5.0 is getting installed. Alright, so web platform installer 5.0 has been installed, and now we need to install the Microsoft Azure PowerShell. So simply click add and now click install. So you need to simply click on this I accept. So Microsoft Azure PowerShell will get installed in this particular machine. Okay, so the downloading has been finished and now it's installing the Microsoft Azure PowerShell. Alright, so we are done installing the Microsoft Azure PowerShell. Now click exit. Alright, so let's log into the portal.azure.com so that I can show you the list of available resources there for my account. Actually, this is my friend's account, Ahmed Osaman's account, so that I am using for creating this particular demo. Let me log in. Okay, so this is the home page. To find the list of available resources, you can click resource groups. So these are the available resource groups here, and these are its location. Like for example, there is a resource group DPL2, Data Platform Labs 2, and this is its location, Southeast Asia. And to find the list of available databases, you can click on SQL Databases. There is just one database right now. And if you want to see the list of SQL servers, so you can see type SQL servers here. So as of now there is just only one server, DPL server 1234. Okay, so to open the PowerShell, type PowerShell here and then right click and click run as administrator. So this is the Windows PowerShell command for window, and I have already written all the required PowerShell commands here in this notepad for this particular demo. So I will share this command in the description of the video, so you can use it as per your requirement. And then the step one is to log into your Azure account. So to do that, simply click this particular command, login-azurermaccount, and paste it here. Click enter. So it will ask you to log into your Azure account. So I'm using my friend's account as of now for this particular demo. Now it will ask the credential of the account. So it's saying that you have already signed it, because I'm already signed it here. So remain signed with this account, that's fine. Typing my password. So it will check the credentials. Okay, so it has verified my credentials, and now we can proceed further. So step 2 is to create a resource group. So this is the command to create a resource group. Copy this particular command, paste it here. So it will actually create a DPL Azure resource group, and the location will be Southeast Asia. So right now we don't have any DPL Azure resource group. If you check here, so we don't have any DPL Azure resource group. So let me execute the query, and this particular command, it has succeeded. And now if you will check, we should have the DPL Azure resource group here. Yeah, this is the DPL Azure resource group. And now the next step is to create an Azure SQL Server. So simply copy this particular command, paste it here. So this will actually use the DPL Azure resource group, and it will create the DPL server Azure SQL Server. Okay, so let's go back to the portal, and then if you go to the home, and then if you open the SQL servers, so right now there should be just one server. Okay, so there is just one server, DPL server 1234, and we don't have any DPL server Azure as of now. So simply click enter, and it will ask me the password that I want to provide to the newly created DPL Azure server. So I want to give name as Akhil, and password I can provide any safe password here. Click OK. So this will actually create a new virtual Azure SQL Server. Alright, so the DPL Azure server has been created, and if you go back to the portal.azure.com, and if you refresh the list of available servers, so you can see that there is a new server, DPL server Azure. Okay, and now the next step is to create an Azure database. Okay, so if you go back to the portal, and if you click on the Azure SQL databases, so right now there is just one database, DPLDB, and let me create one more database here using the PowerShell command. Copy this command and paste it here. So this will actually use the resource group DPL Azure, and the server name will be DPL Server Azure, and the database name will be LearnAzure. And if you press enter, so this will actually create a new LearnAzure SQL Azure database. Alright, so the database has been created. Earlier there was just one database. If you now go back to the portal.azure.com, and if you refresh the databases, you will see that now we have one more database, LearnAzure, and the server name is DPL Server Azure. Okay, so this was the next step, and the final step is that you can add your IP address to the firewall, so that you can connect to your Azure SQL database using the SQL Server Management Studio. So let me just execute this particular query. So this will actually add the firewall at the IP address 112.79.179.216 to this particular server name, DPL Server Azure. This is my IP address, 112.79.179.216. So this is my IP address. So if you will press enter, then it will add, it will whitelist my IP address for this particular Azure server. So my IP address has been whitelisted, and now we can connect to this particular SQL server, DPL Server Azure, using our SQL Server Management Studio. So first of all, let me just go to the home page and open the SQL servers list of available servers. These are the two servers. So click on the DPL Server Azure and get the full name from here so that I can connect to it. Click properties, and then we can copy the full name from here, database.windows.net, and then open the SQL server. So this is my Azure server name. This is my login name that I created while creating the Azure SQL server, and let me type my password. Click connect. So this should connect to my SQL Azure server. Okay, so I am connected to the SQL Azure server, and if you expand the databases, so you should see this database, LearnAzure database here. In this particular server, there is just one database, LearnAzure, while the another database exists on different server, DPL server 1234. So guys, this is how we can use PowerShell scripts to create the SQL Azure database. and we can automate all these scripts. So without manually doing the things, we can do the things automatically using the PowerShell. Thanks guys for watching the video, and if you like the video then please click the like button and do subscribe to our channel to see more videos and SSIs and other related technologies. Thank you so much.